Driver!
Here, master, what's going on?
Speak to the caravan. Fall to it, yarly, or we'll be buzzard bait.
Listen up, you numbskulls. Take in the oxen and tend to the master's whistle. We got a big old storm and this river ain't happy.
Good driver, have care. Where is the master? Make these men get to work.
I pray now, stay out of the way if you're not going to help.
Where is the master, driver?
Can you not hear him? Now fish or cut bait. You're slower than molasses in January.
Hey, be patient.
You listen to me. I'll be patient when this here river and storm aren't patient. If you're not going to help, get out of the darn way. Nature don't care if this caravan's full of high and mighty government types.
Good. Remember who thou hast on board.
Ain't nobody I care about more than myself. But if you're so powerful, go ahead and command these elements to silence and work the peace of the present. Go ahead, use your authority. Tell this river to calm down. If you cannot, give thanks y'all have lived so long and get ready for a wet landing if so happen. Chin up and out of our way, I say.
I have great comfort in this fellow. Methinks he has no drowning mark upon him.
Down with the bonnet!
Yar! Quick! The wind is gonna pick us up and fling us to kingdom come. Ah! Oh, lift your helmet! Y'all are louder in a Rocky Mountain canary with a bum knee. Yet again! What are you doing here? Shall we give orange round? Have you a mind to think?
A pox your throat, you bawling, blasphemous and churlish dog!
Why didn't you get to work then?
Hang, cur! Hang, you poor sun-insolent noisemaker! We are less afraid to be drowned than thou art. This wagon is no stronger than a nutshell and as leaky as an unsnatched wench.
Lay her a hold. Put her 2 courses up to the river. Lay her off.
All lost. To prayers, all lost.
What must our mouths be so cold?
These rich folks are on their knees praying. We're done for.
I'm out of patience.
We split! Stay with the king! Save me!
Let's all sink with the king.
Just take leave of him.
Now would I give 1,000 furlongs to sea for an acre of barren ground, long house, brown furs, anything! The wills of both be done, but I would say die, trust.
If by your art, my dearest father, you put the wild waters in this roar, allay them. A brave vessel who had no doubt some noble creature within her dashed all to pieces. Well, the cry did nothing against my very heart. For souls they perished.
Be collected. No more amazement. Tell your piteous heart there's no harm done.
Oh, the day.
No harm! I have done nothing but in care of thee, my daughter. It's time I should inform thee farther.
You've often begun to tell me what I am, but stopped at some bootless inquisition, concluding, stay, not yet.
The hour is now come. Obey and be attentive. Canst thou remember a time before we came into the cell? I don't think thou canst, for then thou wast not out 3 years old.
'Tis far off and rather like a dream.
12 years since, Miranda. 12 years since thy father was the Duke of Milan and Prince of Power, and thou his only heir and princess nowhere issued.
What foul play had we to come from thence?
By foul play, as thou sayest, were ye heaved thence.
Prospero told Miranda the story of how they came to the island. Prospero had once been the Duke of Milan. He had put his brother Antonio in charge of his duties so that he could focus on learning magic instead of leading. Antonio wasn't satisfied with being the surrogate, he wanted to be the Duke himself.
Dost thou attend me?
Sir, most hatefully.
The treacherous man conspired with Alonso, the King of Naples, to usurp Prospero's power, and banish him and his young daughter Miranda from their own land. Prospero was angry at his brother, whom he had trusted, and who had betrayed him.
The heavens! I just sin but to think nobly of my grandmother. Good wombs have borne bad sons. How came we ashore?
By providence divine. Some food we had and some fresh water that some noble Neapolitan Gonzalo did give us, with rich garments, linens, stuffs, and necessaries. Of his gentleness, knowing I love my books, he furnished me from mine own libraries with volumes I prized above my dukedom.
Would I might but ever meet that man.
Here on this island we arrived, and here have I made thee more profit than other princesses with time for vainer hours and tutors not so careful.
Heavens thank thee for it, but for it is still weighing in my mind. Your reason for raising the storm.
Know thus far forth, by accident most strange, bountiful fortune, And now, my fair lady, hath mine enemies brought unto the shore. Here, cease more questions. Thou art inclined to sleep. I am ready now. Approach, my Ariel. Come.
All hail, great Prospero, grave sir, hail! I come to answer thy best pleasure, be it to fly, to swim, to dive into the fire, or to ride on the curled clouds. To thy strong bidding task, Ariel and all her quality.
Hast thou spirit performed to point the tempest that I bade thee?
To every article. I boarded the king's vessel in flamed amazement. The king's son, Ferdinand, was the first man that left, cried, "Hell is empty and all the devils are here." Not a hair perished. In troops throughout the isle I have dispersed them. The king's son have I landed by himself.
Say how thou disposed of the king's vessel and all the rest of the fleet.
Safely in hiding is the king's ship. In a deep nook, there she's hid. The mariners all under hatches stowed, whom I have left asleep.
Ariel, thy charge exactly is performed. But there's more work.
Is there more toil? Let me remember thou what thou hast promised.
What is't thou canst demand?
My liberty! I prithee remember I have done thee worthy service, told thee no lies, made thee no mistaking, served without grudge or grumblings.
Hast thou forgot what a torment I did free thee?
I do not, sir.
Thou liest, malignant thing! Dost thou forget the foul witch Sycorax, who with age and envy was grown into a hoop? Hast thou forgot her?
Once upon a time, there was an island filled with fairies, spirits, witches, elves, and nymphs that are rarely seen nowadays. They all lived in peace and harmony. One day, a witch called Sycorax, taking the form of a treacherous storm, changed the island forever. She trapped all the creatures into parts of the island. The elves became grass, the spirits became trees, and some of the fairies were parts of the river, and they were washed away. Sycorax kept all of them trapped as her prisoners, trophies of her conquest.
That was how it was always going to be, until Prospero, a man exiled from Milan, came to the island with his daughter. Though he was trapped, he used what magic mortal men can possess, and destroyed Sycorax, returning the sun to the island. Ariel was amongst the creatures who had been ensnared by the storm. She had given her the form of a tree, and while the others lived and died in their short lives of their new forms, Ariel continued to live, wishing and wishing she was set free. To her pleasure, her wish came true. Prospero set the spirit free, and in return, she would serve the wizard and his daughter.
Thou best knowest what a torment I did find thee in. It was mine art, when I arrived and heard thee, let thee out.
I thank thee, master. I will be correspondent to command and do my spiriting gently.
Do so, and in 2 days I will discharge thee. Go make thyself like a nymph. Be subject to no sight but mine and thine, and invisible to every eyeball else. Go, hence with diligence. Awake, dear heart, awake. Thou hast slept well. Awake.
The strangeness of your story put heaviness in me.
Shake it off. Come on. What is the Caliban?
Tis a villain, sir. I do not love to look on.
But, as 'tis, we cannot miss him. He does make our fire, fetch in our wood, and serves in offices that profit us. What ho, Caliban? Thou art thou?
There's wood enough within.
Come forth, I say. There's business for thee. Thou tortoise, when? Fine apparition. Delicate Ariel, hawk in thine ear.
I go.
Thy poisonous slave, put by the devil himself upon thy wicked dam, come forth.
Caliban, the child of Sycorax, was taught by his mother to worship the demonic god Setebos. All was fine till Prospero showed up with his daughter. Prospero slaughtered Sycorax, and Caliban hated him for it. His mother now gone, and the land ruled by the selfish man, he was forced into slavery. Prospero would treat Caliban like dirt, like less than dirt, and only saw him as a lesser creature.
Prospero may be the hero of this story, but that doesn't make him the good guy. Caliban had everything taken away from him, and was forced into doing manual labor for the wizard, or risk torment and death.
The southwest blowing ye and blister ye all over.
For this be sure, tonight thou shalt have cramps. Side stitches that shall fan thy breath up, and pinches more thick than honeycombs, each pinch more stinging than the bees that made 'em.
I must eat my dinner. This island's mine. Thy Sycorax, my mother, which thou takest from me when thou camest first. Thou strokest me, madest much of me, and then I left thee and showed thee all the qualities of the owl. Cursed be I did that so! May all the charms of Sycorax, toads, bats, beetles light on you!
The most lying slave, whom strife my move, not kindness. I did use thee, filth that thou art, with human kindness. I lodged thee in mine own cell, till thou didst attempt to violate the honor of my child. Abhorred slave, I pitied thee. When thou couldst no longer abide by my commands, therefore wast thou deservedly confined.
You taught me language, and my profit on't is I know how to curse. The red plague rage you for learning me your language!
Hagseed, hence! Fetches and fuel, be quick.
I must obey. His art is of such power, it would control my damned god Setebus and make a vassal of him.
Come unto these yellow sands, and then take hands, curtsied when you haven't kissed the wild waves west, footed featly here and there, and sweet sprites the burthen bear. Hark, hark, the watchdogs bark. Hark, hark, the
Where should this music be?
streams
By the air or the earth? It sounds no more, and sure it waits upon some god of the island. Thence I followed it, or it hath drawn me, rather.
Full fathom 5 thy father lies, of his bones are coral made. Those are pearls that were his eyes, nothing of him that doth fade.
Those fringed curtains of thine eye advance, and say what thou seest yond.
What is it? A spirit? It carries a brave form, but 'tis a spirit.
This gallant, which thou seest, was caught in the wreck. He hath lost his fellows, and strays about to find him.
I might call him a thing divine, for nothing natural I ever saw so noble.
Spirit, fine spirit, I'll set thee free in 2 days for this.
Most sure the goddess on whom these airs attend, be you maid or no.
Certainly a maid.
At first sight they have changed eyes. Delicate Ariel, I'll set thee free for this. A word, good sir. I fear you have done yourself something wrong. A word.
Why speaks my father so ungently? 'Tis the third man I ever saw, the first I ever sighed for. Pity moves my father to be inclined my way.
Oh, if your affection's not gone forth, I'll make you the queen of Naples.
Soft, sir. One word more. I charge thee that thou dost attend me. Thou dost here usurp the name thou owest not. You have and set thyself upon this island as a spy to win it from me, the Lord Aunt.
Nothing ill could dwell in such a temple.
Speak not you for him. He's a traitor. Come, I'll manacle thy neck and feet together.
Oh, dear father, make not too rash a trial of him, for he is gentle and not fearful.
I can here disarm thee with this stick and make thy weapon drop.
Beseech you, father, sir, have pity.
Silence! One word more shall make me chide thee, if not hate thee. What? An advocate for an impostor? Hush.
My affections are then most humble. I have no ambition to see a goodlier man.
Come on, obey. Thy nerves are in their infancy again.
So they are. My spirits, as in a dream, are all bound up. The wreck of my friends, the loss of my father, nor this man's threats to whom I am subdued are but light to me. Might I but through my prison once a day behold this maid. All corners else, oh, the earth, let liberty make use of. Space enough I have in such a prison.
It works.
Be of comfort. My father is of a better nature, sir, than he appears by speech.
Thou shalt be free as mountain winds, but then exactly do all points of my command.
To the syllable.
Beseech you, sir, be merry, for you have cause, so have we all, of joy. For our escape is much beyond our loss. Good sir, weigh our sorrow with our comfort. Prithee, peace.
He receives comfort like cold porridge.
Look how lush and lusty the grass is, how green. And our garments, being as they were, drenched with sea, hold notwithstanding their freshness and glossness, being rather new dyed than stained with sea water. Methinks they're as fresh as they were when we first put them on in Africa, at the marriage of the king's fair daughter, Clarabelle, to the king of Tunis.
'Twas a sweet marriage, and more prosper well went on it on.
Tunis was never blessed with such a paragon to a queen.
You cram these words into mine ear against the stomach of my sense. My son is lost. Oh, thou mine heir of Naples and of Milan, what strange fish hath made his meal on thee?
He may live, sir. I saw him beat against the surges and ride on their back.
No, he is gone.
It's foul weather in all of us, sir. I feel our crying.
Foul weather. Very foul.
Have I a plantation on this isle?
He'd sowed with nettle seed, or docks, or mallows.
All things in common nature should produce without sweat or endeavor. Sword, pike, knife, treason, felony, gun, or need of any engine would there not be. Forth of its own kind, all florence, all abundance, to feed my innocent people.
God save his majesty! Long live Gonzalo!
And? Do you mark me, sir?
Prithee, no more. Thou dost talk nothing to me.
And I do well believe, sir, and I did it for ministering occasion to these gentlemen, for they are of sensible and nimble blood and will always laugh at nothing.
'Twas you we laughed at.
Who in this foolish merriment am nothing to you, so you may continue to laugh at me still.
Oh, what a blow was there given! And it had not fallen flat long.
You are gentlemen of brave merriment. You would lift the moon out for spare. She would continue for 5 weeks without changing.
Oh, we would so, then go back fallen. Nay, my good lord, be not angry.
No! And I warn you. I am weak in my venture. Do you laugh in your sleep? For I am very heavy.
Go sleep. We two, my lord, will guard your person while you take your rest and watch your safety.
What a strange drowsiness possesses them.
'Tis the quality of the climate. Noble Sebastian, thou lettest thy fortune sleep, die, rather, winkst whilst thou art waking.
I remember. You did supplant your brother Prospero.
True. And look how well my garments sit upon me, much feeder than before. My brother's servants were then my fellows, now they are my men.
But for your conscience?
Aye, sir. Where lies that? I feel not this deity in my bosom.
What stuff is this? How say you?
Here lies your brother. No better than the earth he lies upon. If he were that which now he's like, that's dead, whom I with this obedient steel can lay to bed forever. Whilst you doing thus to the perpetual wink for I rate but this ancient morsel.
Sebastian considered Antonio's plot. Should they proceed, Sebastian would become king, and the two would rule Milan and Naples.
As thou goddest Milan, I'll come by Naples.
Aye.
draw thy weapon one stroke, shall free thee from the tribute which thou payest. And I, the kin, shall love thee.
Draw together, and when I rear my hand, do you the like. To fall upon Gonzalo.
Oh, but one lord. What?
Let us both be sudden.
Why, how now? Why are you drawn? Wherefore this ghastly looking? What's the matter?
Those we stood here secure in your repose. Even now there was a hollow burst of bellowing, like boars or rabble. Lions!
I heard nothing.
Oh, 'twas a din to fright monsters here to make an earthquake. Sure, it was the roar of a whole herd of lions.
Heard you this, Gonzalo? Upon my honor, sir, I did hear a noise. We take our stand here, where we leave this place. Let's draw our weapons. Let's make further search for my poor son. Heaven save him from these beasts, for he is sure, sir, I the island. Lead away.
Caliban was hauling wood, as he was instructed by Prospero, but Ariel's storm frightened him. He was angry at Prospero for forcing him to work in such thankless conditions, but he was not alone.
That the sun sucks up from Prosper fall. Sometimes am I all wound with adders who with cloven tongues do hiss me into madness. Lo! Now lo! Here comes a spirit of his, and to torment me for bringing wood in slowly. Alpha flat, perchance he will not mind me.
Another storm brewing. I hear it sing I the wind. Yon same black cloud, yon huge one, looks like a foul bombard that would shed his liquor. Should thunder as it did before. I know not where to hide my head. What have we here? A man or a fish? Dead or alive? Oh, a fish. He smells like a fish. Very ancient and fish-like smell. Strange fish. Legged like a man, and his fins like arms. Warbo, my troth, I do now let loose my opinion, hold it no longer. This is no fish, but an islander that had lately suffered by a thunderbolt. Alas, the storm has come again. My best way is to creep under his gabardine. There is no other shelter hereabouts. Misery acquaints a man with strange bedfellows. I will here shroud till the dregs of the storm be past. I shall no more to sea. Here shall I die ashore. This is a scurvy tune to sing at a man's funeral. Oh, here's my comfort. The master, the swabber, the driver, and I, a gunner and his mate, loved Mal, Meg, and Marion, and Marjorie, but none of them cared for Kate, for she had a tongue with a tang, would cry to the sailors, go hang! She loved not the savors of tar nor of pitch, but a sailor may scratch her where'er she did itch, to the sea boys now, and let her go. Hang, this is a scurvy tune too. Here's my comfort. Do not torment me, oh! I have not escaped drowning to now be afeared by your 4 legs. The spirit torments me, oh! This is a monster of the isle, with 4 legs, who hath got, as I take it, in a goo. Where in the devil should he learn our language? Do not torment me, prithee, I'll bring my wood home faster! He is in his fits now, and does not talk after the wisest. You shall taste of my bottle. If you have never drank whiskey before, this will remove his fits. Come, open your mouth. This will shake your shaking, I can tell you, and not soundly.
I should know that voice. It should be, but he is drowned and these are devils. Oh, defend me!
4 legs and 2 voices, a most delicate monster.
All the whiskey in my bottle will recover him. I will help Isagu. Come, pour some in thy other mouth.
Stefano!
Does thy other mouth call me? Mercy, mercy, this is a devil and no monster. I will leave him. I have no long spoon.
Stefano, I am Trincolo. Be not afeard, thy good friend Trincolo.
If thou beest Trincolo, come forth. Here, I will pull thee by the lesser legs. Trincolo indeed!
Oh, Stefano, art thou not drowned? I hope now thou art not drowned. And art thou living, Stefano? Oh, Stefano, to Neapolitan's game!
Bertie, do not turn me about. My stomach is not constant.
It's a brave God. He bears celestial liquor. I will kneel to him.
Trincolo, how camest thou hither? How did thou escape?
Swum ashore, man, like a duck. I can swim like a duck.
I will swear upon this bottle to be thy true subject, for this liquor is not earthly.
Come, kiss the book. Trincolo, though thou canst swim like a duck, thou art built like a goose.
Stefano, hast any more of this?
Yes, of course. My cask is in a rock by the riverside where my whiskey is hid.
Hast thou not dropped from heaven?
Out of the moon. I do assure thee, I was the man in the moon one time.
I've seen thee in her, and I do adore thee. My mistress showed me thee, and thy dog, and thy bush.
Come, swear to that. Kiss the book. I will furnish it anon with new content, swear.
I'll show thee every fertile inch of the island, and I will kiss thy foot. I pray thee, be my God. I will kiss thy foot, and I will swear upon myself to be thy subject.
Come then, down and swear.
But that poor monster's a drink. An abominable monster.
I'll show thee the best springs, and I'll pluck thee berries, and I'll fish for thee, and get thee wood enough. A plague upon the tyrant that I serve. I'll bear him no more sticks, but follow thee, thou wondrous man!
A most ridiculous monster to make a wonder of a poor drunkard.
I'll show thee to where crabs grow, and me with my long nails will dig thee pig nuts, and I will show thee Jesus, and I will show thee how to snare it.
I can't lead the way without any more talking. Trincolo, our king and all our company else being drowned, we will inherit here. Come, fellow Trincolo, bear my bottle. We will fill him by and by again.
Farewell, master, farewell, farewell.
A howling monster, a drunken monster.
No more dams, I'll make more fish, nor fetch firing at requiring, nor scrape trench, nor wash dish. Ban, calico, ban, have a new master, get a new man. Freedom, hidden, freedom, hidden, freedom.
Oh, brave monster, lead the way.
Caliban, after tasting whiskey for the first time, threw himself down in worship of those gods who had brought it to him. Meanwhile, Miranda finally met her lover.
There be some sports are painful, and their labor in them sets off some kind of baseness. And most poor matters lead to rich ends. This, my mean task, would be as heavy to me as odious. But the mistress which I serve quickens what's dead, and makes my labors pleasures.
Trust up for your work not so hard. I would the lightning had burnt up the logs that you were enjoined to pile. Pray set it down, rest you. My father is hard at study. Pray rest yourself. He is safe for these 3 hours. If you'll set it down, I will bear the logs all the while. Pray give them to me, and I will carry them to the pile.
No, precious creature. I'd rather crack my sinews, break my back, than such dishonor you undergo while I sit lazily by.
Poor worm, thou art infected. This visitation shows it.
You look warily.
'Tis fresh morning with me when you are by at night. I do beseech you, chiefly, that I may set it in my prayers. What is your name?
Miranda. Well, my father had broken your hest to say so.
Admired Miranda, top of admiration, worth what's dearest to the world. Full many a lady have I eyed with best regard, and for several virtues I have liked several women. But you, oh you so perfect, so peerless, are created of every creature's best.
I would not wish any companion in the world but you, nor can imagination take any shape besides yourself to like me. But I prattle on something too wildly, and my father's precepts I there and do forget.
I am, in my condition, a prince, Miranda. I do think a king. Hear my soul speak. From the very minute that I saw you, did my heart not fly to your service? There resides to make me slave to it. And for your sake, I'm this patience logman.
Do you love me?
Oh heaven, oh earth, bear witness to this sound, and crowned I profess, if true, with kind event. If wholly invert, what best has boded me to mischief. I do, beyond all else o'er the earth, do love, praise, and honor you.
I am a fool to weep at something I am glad of.
Rare encounter of two most rare affections.
Wherefore weep you?
I know an unworthiness that dare not offer what I desire to give, much less take what I shall die to want. I am your wife, if you will marry me. If not, I will die your maid. To be your fellow you may deny me, but I will be your servant, whether you will or no.
I, with a heart as willing, as bondage ere of freedom, take my hand.
And mine with my heart in it. Farewell for half an hour hence.
1,000 thousands!
So glad of this as they I cannot be, who are surprised withal. Yet my rejoicing at nothing can be more. I'll to my book, for yet ere supper time must I perform much business appertaining.
Servant monster, drink to me.
Servant monster, the folly of this island. They say there's but 5 upon this isle. We are 3. The other 2 be brained like us, the state totters.
Servant monster, drink when I bid thee. Thy eyes are almost set in thy head.
Where should they be set else? He were a brave monster indeed if they were set in his tail.
Oh, my man monster hath drowned his tongue in sack. My part, the sea cannot drown me. I swam ere I could recover the shore, 30 and 5 leagues, off and on. By this light monster, thou shalt be my lieutenant, or my standard.
Your lieutenant. If you list, he's no standard.
We will not run, Monsieur Monster.
Nor go neither, but you'll lie like dogs and say nothing neither.
Mooncalf, speak once in thy life if thou beest a good mooncalf. How does thy honor? Let me lick thy shoe!
I'll not serve him! He's not valiant!
Thou liest, most ignorant monster! I am encased to just a constable. Why, thou debauched fish, thou! Was there ever a man a coward that hath drunk so much sack as I today? Wilt thou tell but a monstrous lie, being but half a fish and half a monster?
Lo, how he mocks me! Wilt thou let him, my lord?
Lord, quoth he, this monster should be such a natural.
Lo! Lo again! Bite him to death, I press thee!
Trincolo, keep good tongue in thy head. If thou shalt prove a mutineer, the next tree. The monster is my subject, and he shall suffer no indignity.
Thank you, my noble lord. Wilt thou be pleased to hearken once again to the suit I made to thee?
Mary, will I kneel and repeat it? Ugh. I shall stand, and so shall Trincolo.
As I told thee before, I am subject to a tyrant, a wizard, who by his cunning hath took the island from me.
Thou liest!
Thou liest? Thou jesting monkey! My master would hit this man. Thou does not lice.
Trincolo, trouble him one word further in still, and by this hand I will supplement some of your teeth.
Why, I said nothing.
Mum then, and no more. Come, proceed.
By sorcery he got the sound. From me he took it. If thy greatness will, revenge it on him. And thou darest, but I dare not.
That is most certain.
If you shall be king again, and I will serve thee.
Must be Compass. Canst thou bring me to the party?
Yeah. I'll yield him asleep, and then mayst we will knock a nail into his bead.
Thou liest, thou canst not!
What a pine ninny this is, thou scurvy patch! I do my siege like greatness. I'll give him blows, and I'll take away his bottles, and then he'll have none to drink but brine. And wherein I'll not show where the quick freshes are.
Trinculo, run into no further danger. Interrupt him one word further, and by this hand I will cast my mercy out of doors and make a starfish of thee.
Why? What did I? I did nothing. I'll go further off.
Didst thou not say he lied?
Thou liest.
Oh, do I so? Take thou that! As you like it, give the lie another time.
I didn't give the lie. What are your wits and bearing too? A pox on your bottle and a devil on your fingers.
Come, forward with your tale. Prithee, stand farther off.
Beat him enough, and then I'll beat him too.
Stand farther. Come, proceed.
As I told thee before, 'tis a custom with him. First, when he's asleep, we'll brain him, and then we'll batter a log into his skull, or cut his weasand off with a knife. First to possess his books, because without him, he's a sot, as am I. Not one spirit to command, but the most deeply to consider is the beauty of his daughter. She will become thy bed and bring forth thy brave brood.
Oh, I will kill this man monster. His daughter and I shall be king and queen, save our graces, and thyself and Trinculo shall be viceroys. Dost thou like the plot, Trinculo?
Absolutely.
Oh, Trinculo, let us sing. Loudum and scoudum and scoudum and floudum, thought is free. Loudum and scoudum and scoudum and floudum, thought is free.
Not a fear, for the isle is full of noises. Sometimes 1,000 twinkling instruments come about my ears, and then I heard the dreams, and then clouds open, and then when I woke, I cried to dream again.
This will prove a brave kingdom to me, or I shall have my music for nothing.
When Prospero's destroyed!
Lead monster will follow. I would I could meet this taborer. He lays it on.
Wilt come? I'll follow Stefano.
Our Larkin, sir, I can go no further. My old bone's ache. By your patience, I needs must rest me.
O Lord, I cannot blame thee, who am myself with the dulling of my spirits. Sit down and rest.
I'm right glad that he's so out of hope. Do not for one repulse forego the purpose that you resolve to effect.
The next advantage we will take thoroughly.
Let it be tonight. For now they are oppressed with travel. They will not nor cannot use such vigilance as when they are fresh.
I say tonight, no more.
What harmony is this, my good friends, hark! Marvelous, sweet music.
Give us, kind keepers, heavens, what were these?
Now I will believe that there are unicorns.
In Naples I should report this now. They believe me?
They vanish strangely.
No matter, since they have left their viands behind, for we have stomachs.
Wilt you please taste of what is here?
I will stand too and feed.
You are 3 men of sin, whom destiny that hath to instrument this lower world and what is in it, the never surfeited sea has caused to belch up you.
good, Prospero. Expose them to the elements which hath requited him and his innocent child. For which foul deed the powers delaying, not forgetting heaven sends the waters and shores, yea, all the creatures against your pace. Thee of thy son, Alonso, they have bereft, and do pronounce by me lingering perdition, worse than any death can be at once, shall step by step attend you and your ways.
In the name of something holy, sir, why you stand there in a straight stare?
Oh, it is monstrous. Monstrous.
All three of them are desperate. Their great guilt, like poison given work a great time after, now begins to bite the spirits.
I pray you, tread softly. You are now near the cell.
Monsieur, your fairy, which you say is a harmless fairy, has done little better than play the jack with us.
Monster, I do smell a horse piss, at which my nose is in great indignation.
So is mine. Do you hear, Monster? If I should take displeasure with you, look here.
That were but a lost monster.
Good, my lord. Bring me thy favor still, and the prize I'll bring thee too shall hoodwink this mischance. Therefore, speak softly.
Aye, but to lose our bottles in the pool...
There's not only disgrace and dishonor in that monster, but an infinite loss.
That's more to me than my wedding, yet this is your harmless fairy monster.
Prithee, my king, be quiet. Seest thou here? This is the mouth of the cell. No noise, and enter. We do that good mischief, and then this island will be thine own forever. I, thy Caliban, for I, thy footlicker.
Oh, King Stefano! Oh, hero-worthy Stefano, look what a wardrobe here is for thee!
Let it alone, thou fool! It is but trash!
Oh, monster, we but know what belongs to a frippery. Stefano!
Oh, Trinculo, put off that gown by this hand. I shall have that gown.
Thy grace shall have it.
Let's alone and do the murder first. If he wakes from toe to ground, he'll fill our skin with pitches. Makes us strange stuff.
I'll be quiet, monster.
Monster, put some line upon your fingers and away with the rest.
Oh, none on that. We are losing time. Soon, all will be turned to barnacles.
Monster, lay to your fingers and help to bear this away where my hogshead of whiskey is, or I'll turn you out of my kingdom. Come to, carry this.
And this.
Aye, and this.
If I have too austerely punished you, your compensation makes amends. For I have given you here a third of mine own life. Thou shalt find she will outstrip all praise and make it halt behind her.
I do believe it, against an oracle.
Then, as my gift and thine own acquisition, worthily purchased, take my daughter. Sit then and talk with her. She is thine own. Ariel, my industrious servant Ariel.
What would my potent master? Here I am.
Thou and thy meaner fellows your last service did worthily perform. And I must use you in such another trick. Go bring the rabble o'er whom I give thee power, here to this place. Incite them to quick motion. For I must bestow upon the eyes of this young couple some vanity of mine art. It is my promise, and they expect it from me.
Presently?
Aye, with a twink.
Well, before you can say come and go and breathe twice and cry so, each one tripping on his toe will be here with mop and mow. Do you love me, master? No?
Dearly, my delicate Ariel, do not approach till thou dost hear me call.
Well, I conceive.
no tongue, all eyes be silent.
May you not lie, may you not cheat, and may you not drink, but if you must, lie with each other, cheat death, and drink with us, as we wish you love and happiness of which you so deserve. I, Minerva, wish you many wise years filled with love and passion.
May there always be work for your hands to do. May your purse always carry a coin or two. May the sun shine warm on your window pane. May a rainbow be certain to follow each rain. May the hand of a friend always be near to you. I, Iris, bless you with a peaceful marriage.
May the light of friendship guide your paths together. May the laughter of children grace the halls of your home. May your hearts hold your love for each other, and your arms hold your many babies yet to come. Here's to your future happiness. I, Ceres, give you the blessing of a strong lineage.
May thy lives be long and happy, thy cares and sorrows few, and the many friends around thee prove faithful, fond, and true. May thy voyage through life be as happy and as free as the dancing waves surround thee upon the sapphire sea. I, Juno, give you the blessing of a long, happy marriage.
What a most majestic vision, and harmonious charming. Oh, let me live here ever. A wandered father and a wife make this place paradise.
We wish you peace. Now does my project gather to a head. My charms crack not, my spirits obey, and time goes up bright with this carriage. Say, spirit, how fares the king and his followers?
Confined together in the same fashion as you gave in charge, just as you left them, all prisoners, sir. Your charm so strongly works them that if you now beheld them, your affections would become tender.
Dost thou think so, spirit?
Mine would, sir, were I human.
Though with their high wrongs I am struck to the quick, yet with my nobler reason gettest my fury do I take part. The rarer action is in virtue than in vengeance. They being penitent, the sole drift of my purpose doth extend not a frown further. Quickly, my spirit, go release them. My charms I'll break, their senses I'll restore, and they shall be themselves.
I'll fetch them, sir.
Ye elves of hills, brooks, standing lakes, and groves, this rough magic I here abjure. And when I have required some heavenly music, which even now I do, to work mine end upon their senses that this airy charm is for, I'll break my staff, bury it certain fathoms in the earth, and deeper than did ever poet sound, I'll drown my book. There stand, for you are spell stopped. Most cruelly didst thou, Alonso, use me and my daughter. Thy brother was a furtherer in the act, would have killed your king. I do forgive thee, unnatural though thou art. Understanding begins to swell, and the approaching tide will shortly fill the reasonable shore that now lies foul and muddy. Quickly, spirit, thou shalt ere long be free.
Merrily, merrily shall I live now, under the blossom that hangs on the bough.
Why, that's my dainty Ariel. I shall miss thee, but then thou shalt be free. So. To the king's ship, invisible as thou art, there shalt thou find the caravan asleep under the hatches. The master and the driver, being awake, enforce them to this place, and presently, I prithee.
All torment, trouble, wonder, and amazement inhabits here. Some heavenly power guide us out of this fearful country.
Behold, Sir King, the wronged Duke of Milan, Prospero. To thee and thy company I bid a hearty welcome.
Thy pulse beats as of flesh and blood, and since I saw thee, the affliction of my mind amends, for I fear which a madness held me. And if this crave, and if this be at all a most strange story, thy dukedom I resign, and do entreat thou pardon me my wrongs. But how does Prospero be living and be here?
but you, my brace of lords, were I so minded, I here could pluck his highness frown upon you and justify you traitors. At this time I will tell no tales.
The devil speaks in him.
No. For you, most wicked sir, whom to call brother would even infect my mouth, I do forgive thy rankest fault.
My dear son Ferdinand is lost.
I am woe for it, sir.
Irreparable is the loss, and patience says it is beyond her cure.
I have lost my daughter.
A daughter. Oh heavens, that they were both living in Naples at the time. A king and queen. I wish myself were muddied in the oozy bed where my son lies. When did you lose your daughter?
In this last tempest.
Oh, is this a vision of the island when your son shall I lose twice?
Most high miracle.
Though the rivers threaten, they are merciful. I've cursed them without cause.
I wonder, how many goodly creatures are there here? A brave new world with so many creatures in it.
'Tis new to thee.
Is she the goddess that hath served us and brought us together?
No, sir. She is mortal. Daughter of the famous Duke of Milan, and second father this lady makes him to me.
Then I am hers. But, oh, how oddly it will sound for me to beg my child for forgiveness.
There, sir, stop. Let us not burthen our remembrance with a heaviness that's gone.
Be it so, amen! Oh, look, sir, there's more of us! What's the news?
The best news is that we have safely found our king and company. Our vessel, which we gave out split, is tight and yard and bravely rigged as ever.
Sir, all this work I have done since I went.
My tricksy spirit.
Was it well done?
Bravely, my diligence. Set Caliban and his companions free. Untie the spell. Thou shalt be free.
These are not natural events. They strengthen from strange to stranger. Say, how came you hither? We were dead of sleep, and how, we know not, all clapped under hatches, when, but even now with strange and several noises of roaring, shrieking, howling, jingling chains, and more diversity of sounds, all horrible. We were awakened straightway at liberty, where we freshly beheld in all her trim our royal, good, and gallant prairie schooner.
Sir, my liege, do not infest your mind with beating on the strangeness of this business. How fares my gracious sir? There are yet missing of your company some few odd lads that you remember not.
What things are these, my good Lord Antonio? No money by them?
Very like. One of them is a plain fish, and no doubt Marcus.
These three have robbed me, and this demi-devil, for he's a bastard one, had plotted with them to take my life. Two of these fellows you must know and own. This thing of darkness, acknowledge mine.
I shall be pinched to death! Is this not Stefano, my drunken butler?
He is drunk now. Where have you whiskey? I have been in such a pickle since I saw you last. Why, how now, Stefano?
Oh, do not touch me. I'm not Stefano, but a crab.
This is the most strange thing I ever looked on.
Go, sirrah, to my cell.
I that it will, and I will be wise hereafter, and seek for grace. But a thrice double ass was I, to take this drunkard for God and worship this dull fool.
Go to. Away. Sir, I invite your highness and your train to my poor cell, where you shall take your rest for this one night. And in the morn, I shall bring you to your ship, and so to Naples, where I have hoped to see the nuptial of these our dearly beloved solemnized, and thence retire me to my Milan.
I long to hear the story of your life, which must take the years strangely.
I'll deliver all, and promise you calm waters, auspicious gales, and travel so expeditious that it shall catch your royal fleet far off. Ariel, my chick, that is your charge. And then to the elements, be free, and fare thou well. Please you, draw near. Now my charms are all o'erthrown, and what strength I have's mine own, which is most faint. Now, 'tis true, I must be here confined by you, or sent to Naples. Let me not, since I have my dukedom got, and pardon the deceiver, dwell in this bare island by your spell. But release me from my bands with the help of your good hands. Gentle breath of yours my sails must fill, or else my project fails, which was to please. Now I want spirits to enforce, art to enchant, and my ending is despair. Unless I be relieved by prayer, which pierces so that it assaults mercy itself and frees all thoughts. As you from crimes would pardon me, let your indulgence set me free.